Alright, greetings each and everyone, and welcome to another RC Tune Talks. And I'm gonna show you my little homemade skid plates for the X-Rider Flamingo, and I'll just kind of show you what's happening here because this is one of the screws from the guardrail assembly unit. This is what happened after an intense testing period running the X-Rider, the Flamingo. It's thinned out, as you can see, and this is from running these two battery packs, you know, giving it a total. I've put 15 battery packs through it, each running 25 minutes, you know. One, I got a 30-minute flat out run, and I ran it flat out so much that even the front wheel itself, the beads got burnt off and the tire got ripped in two, and I glued it up. Yeah. So I decided to make a skid plate just to protect the chassis. Now I had a spare chassis. I also got a spare chassis which I used as a template for making the skid plates, and also as, you know, as a spare unit. But if you notice, I've, you know, filed the edges because the edges of the chassis is quite sharp. So I, you know, filed it, kind of gave it a premium look to, you know, sort of like some Schumacher or some of them companies, you know. So yeah, I use this as a template to create the original skid guard. Now, these are two unfinished skid guards. It's like a set, front and the rear. And just to explain the material, it's like a Delrin kind of plastic. And this came from a fisherman's crate. I went to the fishing bay and got a crate. And the crate is like yeah, I would say, as I mentioned, a Delrin, where they put stuff in and you can push it on the ground like the concrete or the asphalt, and it stands up to the abuse. It doesn't get burnt out easily, so that's the reason for using it. I'm not saying it's exactly Delrin, but it's a bit like that, so it's great, you know. And what I did with the one I've made for the chassis is that I've heated it a bit and bend the ends up. And just to show you, here you can see exactly what I'm saying. And I've countersunk the holes, so the screws, they sit flush. There's no protruding of the screws. Yeah. And for the front, it's M3 times 10 millimeter screws. You can change the original and use these. And for the rear, it's a M2.5 times 10. Now also, I've installed a brushless system, at which I'll kind of do a different video to show the changes I've made. But this is what happened to the front. And believe me, it was worse than this. I just got a file and tidy it up and give it a little cleaner look. And I also put on a chassis protector, and this is what happened. You know? So yeah, the front was really battered. And that's the reason, you know, for deciding to make the skid plates. Maybe I should patent these, you know. And so I put on some new, you know, real assembly unit and just file the edges a little bit. And it's a simple installation. As I say, I've installed the rear, and I've also cut like a slant in the rear, so when the stone or whatever comes, it just slides over. So it's got a slant cut in it. And it's a simple installation, very straightforward. And you just simply put it, and you get your 2 millimeter Allen screwdriver, and you just simply screw in. And I'm doing everything real time here, not speeding up the video or any kind of time lapse thing or anything. It's very simple and straightforward. So maybe you can find a way to make your own skid plates. And my reason for making the skid plates is also, I'm using mine mainly for street, you know, carpet racing, that kind of thing. I'm not doing any sort of off-roading with this unit. It's definitely gonna be a street kind of racer thing. And believe me, this is a terribly fast unit. Yeah, with the brushless system I've installed. And yes, I do intend to really push it to the limits and really race it, you know. So yeah, that's it. Just a simple installation right there, you know. And as I say, the ends, it's curved up. No screw protruding, you know, everything's countersunk. So very straightforward. And it does work because I've tested it before and it works really well, really well. So this is with the larger front wheel compared to the original wheel. And I do like the original wheel still, so I'm gonna try get another one, or I might try to recap this with some tube and something. I'll see how it goes. But for now, that's it. My homemade skid plates, and maybe it can inspire you to create something also. Yeah. And yes, you know, all my stuff I purchased by myself, you know. So I might show Model Sport, but they do treat me well in regarding price, so I support their business, you know, and other shops still, but Model Sport is my key place to go. Yeah. So there you have it, my homemade skid plate, and hope it inspires you, you know, and have some fun if you do own one of these units. Believe me, they're a bag of fun, and there's so much you can do with them, and I'll do a next video for that, but they can really take a real high level of modification also. All right.